Hey, welcome to Fitz and Flix. I'm Fitz. This is my friend Murph.
Martin.
That's right. A movie starring Steve Martin called The Pink Panther 2. Steve Martin, a slew of other people in this movie. Murph, what did you think of this movie? What's it about?
This movie was a movie called Pink Panther 2.
Yes.
Sequel to number 1. Starring Steve Martin as Inspector Clouseau, who's this bumbling French detective. He's been made famous by Peter Sellers back in the day. He made some movies. And this movie takes place in France, Paris, and he gets assigned to a special case. There's been this guy running around stealing things, stealing the Magna Carta and the Pope's ring, and he goes by the name Torpedo. Is that his name?
Tornado.
Same thing.
Tornado, yes.
Whatever. Same difference. And they organize like this dream team task force. You got Andy Garcia, who's from Italy. You got Alfred Molina from Great Britain. You got, who else was on the team? You remember?
The guy was Yuki something, but...
Oh, he's from Japan.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to track down this tornado character. And just craziness ensues, a lot of bumbling stuff, and Clouseau, breaks things, and...
and I think you didn't like the movie.
No, I didn't like it.
By the way, nice use of the word ensues.
Thank you. I stole it from you.
Yes, you did. I didn't like this movie one bit either. I mean, this was a disappointment. I mean, this was basically a dream team of actors and comedians put together in this movie. I mean, you got Steve Martin, you got Jean Reno, you got Emily Mortimer, you got Andy Garcia, you got, who else? You got Alfred Molina, John Cleese, good grief.
Jeremy Irons.
Lily Tomlin, okay? Making her return to, her and Steve Martin did a movie called All of Me in 1884. So we waited 25 years for them to get back together in Pink Panther 2. Come on. You got all these people. You expect a home run. You expect something good. I haven't been this disappointed since 2004 Dream Team basketball, when they won the bronze and they didn't win the gold, and it was stupid and it ruined my Olympics. This ruined my day at the movies. This movie. I didn't like this one bit. There were so many problems with it, but Murph, please, you take off and I will...
First, I want to say that I wasn't disappointed because I figured this movie was going to suck. I mean, Steve Martin, he's gone to a point where, like Eddie Murphy's gone, Chevy Chase is gone. They get older, they decide they're going to make kid-friendly movies, and they're really bad. I don't think they even read the script. It's just like, that can't be funny. Steve Martin can't read this and say, this is funny, because he's smarter than that.
I agree 100%.
I don't get it.
There are other actors or other comedians out there, I guess, if they took this part, I wouldn't like the movie anymore. I wouldn't like it anymore, but I'd say, alright, whatever, they're out there to make a buck. Steve Martin, you're like one of... To a lot of comedians and a lot of people that just grew up watching your movies, you're one of like a lot of favorites. He's a favorite in a lot of circles. And to make a movie like this, it's basically like he just doesn't care anymore. Because there's no way a guy that brilliant can read this script and think it's good to do. It's fun. It's funny. It's not. I'm going to give you an example of a joke in this movie. This is an example of a joke in the movie. It actually made it in the editing and the final cut. It made it in the movie. They say, Inspector Clouseau, you need to fly to Italy, I guess. And he says, oh, I can't fly. And they say, no, Inspector Clouseau, in an airplane. We know you can't fly. He goes, oh.
Is that funny?
Really? Are you serious? Steve Martin.
Come on.
Guy that gave us The Jerk, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels, The Man with Two Brains, Father of the Bride even. I love Father of the Bride. It's nice.
It is nice.
It's a really nice movie. How? What's wrong? Come on. You're right. Chevy Chase, Eddie Murphy, there are a number of people, and now Steve Martin is he's falling into this category of people you used to be able to count on, that you just can't count on anymore. And this was not good.
It's kind of like this whole... Alright, is it really funny to see someone fall like 25 times in a movie?
Right. Once or twice.
Alright, I'm running down the street, I trip and fall.
Right.
Is that funny?
Right.
Maybe on YouTube if it really happened to me. But if I'm acting...
Like the time you fell at Carol's.
Oh, God, yeah. If that was on YouTube...
Oh, my God, I'd get like 1,000 hits.
I blackened my eye and everything.
His eye was blackened.
But it's like... I can't take that anymore. I can't take this... What do they call it? Slapstick? With like people falling and people knocking things over and people lighting restaurants on fire. Is that really funny?
The original Pink Panther movies, you got Peter Sellers, as you said. You got but you had Blake Edwards doing these, okay? Now this might be a very subtle little difference or a problem I had with this movie. And I don't know why I can't get this out of my head. But like the original ones, the opening credits, they got cartoon character, and you got the Pink Panther, and you got the cartoon, right? But before the opening credits, you have a scene with Steve Martin. He's giving a guy a ticket. He gets his arm stuck in the window as the guy's driving.
Ooh, that's funny.
Guy hits his brakes, and Steve Martin, not the cartoon, Steve Martin, his body goes flying across the city. Blake Edwards does this movie. The same thing may happen, but you wouldn't see Steve Martin flying across the city. You'd see the cartoon character flying across the city, hence the credits would begin. It's such a little difference, but it bugs me.
It bugged me that the whole movie wasn't a cartoon.
That bugged me too.
That would have made it a lot more realistic.
I don't know who to blame with this, because there are so many people involved that, any number of people here, I might go see their movie simply because they're in it. You put them all together, and then this happens. Maybe I gotta go with the director here. A guy named Harold Zwart. Zwart?
I think it's Zwart.
Zwart. Okay, I don't know a lot about this guy. You know what I do know about this guy is he's directing the next Karate Kid movie.
Oh, man.
Not the next Karate Kid, the remake of the original Karate Kid. So not only is he remaking Pink Panther movies, he is also going to be remaking Karate Kid. He's remaking everything I grew up loving. Everything I love, this guy wants to remake and ruin. Okay? All I'm telling you, Harold, if I see you anywhere near my fiance, if I see you anywhere near anything having to do with the A-Team, basically anything I love after this, I'm going to go crazy, Harold. You need to stop ruining things that I love. I used to love the Pink Panther movies. The worst Pink Panther movie they ever did was Revenge of the Pink Panther. The worst Peter Sellers one. Revenge of the Pink Panther, it was his final one. And that wasn't a bad movie. That was the worst they did. And that is light years better than this movie. This movie it's terrible. And I actually didn't mind the first Steve Martin Pink Panther. I didn't love it, but I didn't mind it. They tried their best. They were close to something. This is awful.
I would rather have seen Peter Weller as RoboCop in this role.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
That would have been some badass shit. He would have been like blasting people.
He wouldn't be slipping 25 times.
It would be a lot funnier to see him just blowing away, people that stole things.
That's an excellent.
Than trying to be funny and creeping around with white hair and a stupid mustache.
That's right, which is something new for Steve Martin. The white hair. No, it's not. He's had it for a long time, but the mustache is. So yeah, we're saying really, don't go see Pink Panther. It's a letdown. It is a letdown. Lily, so many of you. Lily Tomlin, come on. I'm going to stop. John Cleese, I'm going to stop. This is one of the worst groupings of actors, as far as disappointments go. Fierce Creatures.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
Terrible movie. This same idea. Get a bunch of great actors, put them together. You're excited for something, and you get nothing.
This is probably the worst movie that I've seen since we started doing Fitz on Flix. Really? This is the worst.
It's an excellent point. Very good point, sir.
Thank you.
And so yeah, I'm saying don't see Pink Panther 2. Sorry, but don't see it. Steve, you can do better. Murph, you could do better. You were wonderful this week.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're on.
And hey, all of you can't do anything better than check us out on fitsonflix.com. Basically, check us out at fitsonflix.com. That's what I'm trying to say. That came out really weird. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.